So we talked about the juicing, the juice-free zones that we're hearing about, the juice-free zones and auctions and different groups. Group came out just the other day and they made a big announcement that our group is a juice-free group. Now that's great, and they're going to probably try to turn it around. We're talking about all the typical juicing eventually, but it's a juice-free group, and right now all the fingers are being pointed at This Is It the Juice as being a bad product. So we have juice-free zones established. So this person that came out with our group is a juice-free group. Now, aren't groups like throughout the whole country, like different sellers all over the country, probably across the world? How can you substantiate whether someone's using some kind of juice on their signs or not? I don't think it's possible. But when I make a claim, I have to substantiate all my claims. So here's a sign right here that I think if this was in an auction, that sign would probably get picked on for being a juice sign. Because look at that shine. And if you notice, no greasy residue, no tracking. That sign is dry as it can be. There's no way that's juice. And here we go. You see there's no tracking, nothing. No juiciness. So that really seems like a day one gloss sign. And does that show better? The shine that now you know that would be picked up as a juiced sign. So let's do the tape test. This new test that proves that the sign has been juiced. Alright? I happen to know a little about the tape test, but I'll talk about that. And we're going to pull the tape out, and we'll go right over that sign, that sign that we're suspicious of, if that sign was juiced. So here we go. Well, it seems to be sticking pretty well. It's moving. This weighs about 4 pounds. That's one of those arrows off the Sunoco sign, porcelain arrow. So here's the juice. Look at that. It's holding it. It's holding. I'd say that passed the test, right, guys? Would you think that would pass the test? Okay, here's that sign. There it is. Proof of purchase. That is a juice-free sign. I don't think anyone disagrees that this is a juice-free sign. I don't think so. No, I don't. All right, so that's a juice-free sign. That passes the test of what we're using now for juice-free zones. I still don't know how you could substantiate that everyone within a group, thousands of members, aren't putting anything on their signs, okay? I have to prove my claims, and claims are made about my product. This is it, the juice. Claims are made all the time. And you don't have to substantiate a claim. Oh, that shit's no good. That's the same as mineral oil. That's the same as tire shine. All right? Well, everyone can make claims like that. And these are people that new guys that come into the hobby look up to. These are peers in the business and in the hobby that guys look up to for answers. And, a lot of times when I was working with groups, I would have a guy wrote in and said, I have a sign that I use barkeep on, and it ruined my sign. The letters are all, the color's gone. It took the color out of my sign. So I volunteered. I says, why don't I send you a bottle of the juice? This is it, the juice. And he was happy to get it. And I sent him a bottle. I said, the only thing I ask is that you report back to the group your findings of how my product works. And he said he would be happy to do that. Now, I would think that would be good for the groups to have. I got a group member. I'm a group member. Sure, I haven't been amongst all as long as everyone, but I only started here like a year ago with signs. And I'm a sign guy. We all know. You saw the signs we sold. We had 9 auctions. I started one auction at 8 o'clock at night. We ran until 6:30 the next morning. All right? I'm a sign guy. This is a sign product for sign guys. That guy, he wrote back that he really loved the product. It's a great product. And we started to get a nice rapport with people in the groups that got to use the product. Now I opened myself up. He could have wrote back and said, that shit's no good. It's the same as mineral oil. Okay, what am I doing now? All right, so this is a sign that would be critiqued that, hey, let's do the tape test. We already did the tape test. All right, so it's past the tape test. Okay, so my point on this whole piece right here about the tape test is I know all about the tape test because when I had to prove my claim of the juice leaves no sticky residue, I used the tape test to prove that same exact point, that the juice, if this had juice on it, greasy residue, like so many have claimed that when you get a product that's been juiced, that you can't hang on to it, slips out of your hands. Well, that's all made up. Now, I don't know why people want to fight the juice. And I don't know why people want to berate the juice, and why they want to say things like, hey, you guys that are using the juice and are writing in the great results you're having, I'm going to write your names down on a list. This one really got me. And it happened amongst all the people in the sign groups, and it was permitted, and no one said anything. Your name is going on a list of guys that use the juice on their signs. And I'm going to post that list on this website to warn people, don't buy signs from you because you juiced your sign. Your greasy sign, okay? Well, I don't see that, guys. I don't see that happening here. All right? So there's your juice test. Okay, it seemed like it passed the juice test. Now let me show you something. And I really couldn't believe that someone got strong-armed. People got threatened that their name was going to be put on a list if they used This Is It, the juice. I've got a lot of guys that are in my corner that have used the product, and they don't want to even thumbs up and say they like comments because they don't want to have to get involved with all... Look what I'm doing, guys. You'd never put that much juice. Heaven forbid, it's $2 worth. You'd never put that much juice on a sign like that size. Okay, well, I just poured that on there. So these guys, these people got threatened that their name would go on a list if they said they liked this product. I cannot believe that this is something that happened. And it got passed by, and no one even made a squawk about it. This is my wiping cloth. This is juice here, guys, on that sign, okay? It's juice, okay? That's the juice on this sign, all right? That's your wiping cloth. Now I'm gonna wipe this just like our instructions say. You wipe it off, get all the excess off, all right? That's the thing. You want to get all the excess off, all right? And when you do that, you get the best day one gloss because that's a smooth surface. So you're going to get a beautiful day one gloss. See, there's a lot. I poured on like 20 times what you should. And this is just an example of a sign that passed the juice-free zone. Okay, really? The juice-free zone. All right. You got me. I'm a believer. Now I'm going to use my buffing cloth. This is the buffing cloth that we talk about. You wipe off the excess, and now you buff it. You heat it up. You get it nice and going. You buff the snot out of it. You want it to shine. You're going to make that sucker shine day one gloss. And that's what I'm doing. Day one gloss, because that's how I like to see my signs. Nice and shiny. I like them. They're like jewelry. Here's my thumb. No grease, guys. Look. Can you see it, Ronnie? No greasy residue. No tracking, right? Dry as can be. Dry sign. Juice just pummeled on there. Now we'll do the tape test. You ready, guys? We're going to prove this is a juice-free zone. You know why this is my test, guys? Because this is how I efficacy test for my claim that the juice does not leave a greasy residue. This is my test. All right? There it is. Here you go. No grease, guys. No grease, guys, right? That's a juice-free, pass the test. This is how I can prove my claims. Now, you can claim, anyone at home can claim, the juice covers up badness, and then it comes back days later. Well, you know what? Like I explained in the beginning, that product, the juice, was brought to market to be all that juicing is not. And that proves my point right there, that passed with flying colors. You're claiming juice-free zone. You have no way to even prove that 7,500 people across the country are not putting something on their sign. That's juice-free. Thank you. That's my test, by the way. I'm glad it all came out. And not to mention, guys, here's order. This is this week's orders. A lot of guys like the product. They PM us all the time and tell us how great it is. But they've been intimidated. They've been strong-armed. Product selling, they don't want to talk about it because they don't want to get into the Facebook of being accused of doing something bad, something wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing. Now I'm gonna relax for a minute, but let's do a WD-40 test. We'll show you how you think, oh, he wiped it. You're gonna tell me why that this is fake. Because I over-wiped it and cleaned it. Okay, well, I didn't do any such thing. I buffed it out like my instructions say. So, we're going to take WD-40. And I put WD-40. See it all, guys? WD-40. Let's wipe off the excess. WD-40. This is porcelain plate. Okay, this is a porcelain platter. This is the same as porcelain on a sign. The porcelain, the glass surface is over metal on a sign. The glass surface is over ceramic here. Same exact finish. Same exact finish as, and I wiped it good, didn't I? Same exact finish as porcelain sign. And now that's WD-40. Let's see how that holds up. Let's see how that holds up. I'm trying to get it to stick. It ain't gonna stick. Not very well. Okay, that's WD-40 on porcelain. All right, that's not very promising. And so, there's that test. Oh, and we can do that over here. We can do the juice on the plot on that thing. Okay, there's the juice. There's my wiping cloth. We're gonna wipe it in, spread out all that excess, and we're gonna take that. And I need a clean one. I'm gonna wipe this off. I'll wipe that off. And I want to buff it like I want it to shine, just like I did that. And here we go. This is that. We know that was just juice, right? This is packing tape. That's the juice test. Here we go, juice test. All right, let's go and see how that holds out. The juice test. Here it is. Doesn't seem to be any problems with the juice test, guys. This thing weighs 6 pounds, by the way. Okay, there's the juice test. Okay, that would have passed. This is not juiced. This is a sign that's not juiced. And you know they're talking about this is it, the juice. So I don't know what to tell you. All I know is it's not fair that you make claims that this is it, the juice is a horrible, rotten product that shouldn't be allowed in the sign business. One fella said, hey guys, if you want to keep this product off the market, which is why would you want to keep this product off the market, except you have other motives. There's lots of motives why people don't want this product in the market. One of them is, now you can all do what I showed you to preserve signs. Not select few people that can corner the market on all the faded signs and then do this to them somehow, and then put them in auctions and make that kind of money. Now everyone can do that or not do that. It's up to you. If you want to do that, it's America, man. You can do that. If you can make a shitty sign good, then do it. If there's a problem with that, it's because it's the old way. There's nothing wrong with preserving the sign and cleaning it and clearing the hazing to reveal the original color, bring out the original shine with no greasy residue. This is not falling on the floor. These signs aren't, you can't not carry that sign. There's no grease on that. I had grease on that. There isn't any grease on this plate, for Christ's sake. All right, so let's badmouth it some more, or let's just get over it. Whoever wants to use it gets to use it. Another example, real quick, when a guy's out picking on a Saturday morning, which I do, and I've done it all my life, and you run into a place, two things. I bought 2 fleeing signs one time from a barn. I knocked the door, bought the best bag of marbles you ever saw in your life. And I bought 2 fleeing signs that were painted over, hay for sale. And those 2 fleeing signs, I knew what they were from 75 feet away. I bought those, I added them in my load. And I got home, and I stripped them, and they were exactly what I thought. They were hood signs, hood milk, with a cow, Elsie the cow with the hair on her nostrils. Beautiful, beautiful signs. Kim, a Texas collector bought those for me. Kim, anyway, I didn't want to say that, but anyway, he bought them. They went through a giant auction just recently. They brought all the money on earth. Those signs were painted, and I told him the whole story. He loved the story, the fact the colors were so great and so bright because the sun had never got to that surface. And that's the same kind of thing that hazing does to a sign. It blocks any damage to come further. You get this off, and that color's beautiful. So there's that. Those signs sold, no problem. Beautiful signs, end of the world, great collection, great guy, great family. Been doing signs a long time. And so for anyone to have a problem with what my product does to signs, I mean, it's not founded. It's really not. And there's plenty of people buying it. I just wish they could explain the fact that they like the product. They don't even want to get in the middle of anything, especially when there's threats made that your name will go on a list if you use the product. Are you kidding me? Anyway, next. All right, and the next, one last thing, guys. An example of preserving an item for future. If you're out door knocking, I used the example of door knocking. I did it my whole life. If you find you're in an attic and you're in a house and you find an oil painting, a nice big oil painting with a gilt frame on it, absolutely beautiful. You bring it out into the daylight, so dirty you can't see if it's even got the cows on it that you want. But you can scrub, you clean that signature off at the bottom. Now, you find out it's a very good listed artist. Now that listed artist, you have a great painting, the canvas is good, you find out that it's a great listed artist, and what is the first thing you do? You bring it to a guy, he looks at it, and I tell you, not only should you, but your responsible thing to do is to bring it to a preservationist to clean the painting, to clean it. You want to clean the 40 years of the smoke-filled room, the smoke off it, the dirt, the dryness from the attic. You want to clean that. That's what a preservationist does in museums. And they do it for people who find paintings. Now, they don't only say you should do it, you're expected to do this. Now, you bring it, they clean the surface of that painting, they clear that hazing, not the hazing, they clear that smoke and the dirt, and now to reveal those colors, those original colors, you can see the beautiful texture and all the beauty of the oil painting. And the next thing they do is they clean the surface of it so the shine comes back. It's the same thing. Our signs, I like signs like artwork, and our signs, to put them through this process, preserve that for the future. That's what you do when you bring an oil painting back to life. And then the same thing when you bring a sign back to life. It's the same thing. Now all of us can do it. Not the select few that do it in their little shops in their basements, and then they do it, and who knows where the signs go. Now there's a big light shine on any shiny sign that comes to market. It's under this lights of, oh, it's been juiced, Well, you know what? Maybe that's not such a bad thing. We can all get to utilize this product that I brought to the sign market for everyone, for the sign guys. I didn't bring it to market. I could have kept this shit under wraps and done all that myself and sold thousands of signs and made $1 million. That's not the goal. The goal is to share it with everyone. Great product. Next. Glad that you all came. I'm glad that you got to visit and watch this. This is not a demonstrational. This is just information for you. I apologize for some of my language. I am a little bit worked up. But dare to say, I hope whoever wants to use the product gets to use it and enjoys it like it's intended. It was never intended to be a bad thing or a sneaky or a tricky thing. I like to thank the people that have been at our side, more or less, that came through and had comments to say about what's going on with the juice, and this is it, the juice. But anyway, thank you all, and have a good night. Next.